into these issues with young wide receivers all the time. It's not just a Pittsburgh thing, but I do think, Bob, you got to nip it in the bud. You got to say something to him and get him dialed back in and focused, because I thought his body language in the game wasn't good against Tennessee, and it affected his play in that game.
I agree, and I think Mike Tomlin did have that conversation. At least I hope he did. Here's the other thing. Deontay Johnson is his teammate, and he's gone through a stretch where he went through a lot of stuff, including no end zone receptions for like a year and a half. And he just kept working and kept coming out. He got injured. He returned. He could take a lesson from that, or a guy like Allen Robinson. But you're right. What he did, that's another lesson, man. You don't have to always put everything on social media. It seems like this culture of athletes, that's all they do. They put everything out there, dirty laundry, whatever. It's not necessary. It's a stressful enough job. You don't need to make it worse on yourself, and then you have to retract it. You have to scrub it, then you bring it back, and you'll scrub it again, and you're scrub, 3 men in a tub. Too much of the scrubbing of the social media for me, Andrew. No matter who does it, I'm sick of it.
Well, I just think it showed his true feelings, and we got a glimpse into just how frustrated and bothered he is by the situation. And I get it. Some of it is understandable. The numbers should be better. He should be more involved. They should find a way to get him into the offense without, even with double teams. Find a way to scheme around it, or take a chance on a guy and give him an opportunity to make a play. I mean, all those things are true. But there's a way about going about your business and doing it, and saying that you want to be freed from the team and deleting all your relationships and connections with the team isn't appropriate. And it begs the question, if it happens again, Bob, if there's another game where Paul Alexander's trying to squeeze past me here, where there's only like 1 or 2 catches, is he going to be, again, susceptible to a blow up? And I'm sorry, Bob. I don't think this is going to be the last time we address this issue on the show.
Well, I hope it is. I hope it is. And there is one thing that they should do, and we saw it a lot throughout the course of the preseason. Kenny Pickett was not hesitant to throw him, even if he was blanketly covered. He went up and made catches, and I think once in a while you got to do that. You can't pout about it if you're not going to get the chance. And while you could be frustrated, I have no problem with someone being frustrated. What I do have a problem with is that you take it to social media as opposed to going to your quarterback, going to your OC, going to your head coach. That's where you do that kind of stuff. You don't do it so that everyone can see it. It just makes for an unnecessary situation going on. The other thing he had to say today was Matt Canada will remain on the field, and quite frankly, I would have expected that after what happened the last time. He kind of looked natural down there, and I think it goes beyond just communication with Kenny Pickett. It's communication with everyone. If you have a problem or something you want to say, you go right to him, as opposed to there's no way that an offensive lineman, a wide receiver, a running back can go and call up Matt Canada in the middle of the game.
Yeah, that two-way dialogue, I think, is an improvement over what we've seen. I mean, at this point, when you've gone 50-plus games without 400 yards, when you haven't scored 30 points in a win under his guidance, if there's an opportunity to change things up, you do it. We had somebody call into this show a couple of weeks ago, Bob, with you and me, and say, why not try it on the sideline? Yeah. Well, evidently Mike Tomlin or someone over there was listening, because I do think, when you're up there in your own bubble, you're not getting, other than the quarterback after a drive, you're not getting feedback from offensive linemen on what blocking worked, what run plays might work, what are they seeing from coverages and things of that like. So, yeah, maybe now Canada can also hear when the other team calls out his plays before the ball gets snapped, and maybe he can change those in that last second. So, yeah, I did like that move, and they should continue to do it.
And we'll take a break on that note. We have open phone conversation coming at you right now. It's 412-575-2600. Call us with that. Penguins in action tonight. We're talking about that. We're talking about anything you want to talk about. Is there a place to do it right here on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call? It's KDKA Plus and simulcast on 93.7 The Fan.